Switching gears entirely to the tech world, investors in tech wondering if we're in a bubble. On one side, you have Bill Gurley arguing that most billion-dollar startups are overvalued, thinking that numerous companies are indeed worth a little bit less than their headline figures. Now, another venture capitalist, Mark Andreessen, not worried. Just this week, he said that tech is in a bust, meaning that some of these billion-dollar valuations are low, given companies' potential. My next guest is a legend in Silicon Valley. She sold her company Flickr to Yahoo for $25 million. Her other startup, Hunch, to eBay for $80 million. Caterina Fake is with me now. Caterina, it's great to have you here.
Great to have you here. Great to be here.
Bubble or no bubble, you have Gurley versus Andreessen. You have to imagine them both with boxing gloves in a ring. What do you say?
I'm with Gurley on this one. I have long believed that the unicorns that are out there, unicorns being the companies that have billion-dollar valuations or greater, are largely overvalued. I recently wrote an essay and published it on Medium online that got a lot of traction about the age of the unicorns being over and the age of the cockroaches being upon us.
Obviously, cockroaches are survivors, but not necessarily the most noble of creatures, and much more plentiful than unicorns.
There are many more cockroaches out there than unicorns.
So when you give advice, because I know you do, you mentor the next generation, what do you tell people who come to you and say, I have what I think is a great idea, but am I just going to turn into a cockroach?
You want to be a unicorn. You have to endure like a cockroach. The evolution is from cockroach to workhorse to unicorn. But you have to pass through these phases, and you have to survive all of the ups and downs of doing a startup. There's times when money is flowing, and money has been flowing. For the past
This is almost an
years.
Unprecedented period of time, right?
Absolutely.
As far as private money. I mean, I speak with people who honestly don't know anything about tech, and they are desperate to invest in tech companies.
Exactly. And you know when that happens. That's what happened with the tulips. When your grocer is trying to invest in tulips, this is in Amsterdam.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. And that's generally a sign that there's overinflation, that it's gotten a bit too big, and that things are about to pull back.
That said, I know that some ideas have knocked you off your feet. That is to say, some that have to do with the sharing economy. Where would you say are the exceptions to the rule? Living in Silicon Valley is a little bit like living 2 or 3 years in the future. You sit and you're having coffee, and self-driving cars without people in them will drive by. You will drive past a parking lot, and robots will be being tested and moving around them. It is phenomenal. The rate of change is fantastic. There is always opportunity out there. The sharing economy didn't even exist a few years ago. Caterina, you have a unique background for many who don't know, in the sense that you have a very creative bent. So what advice do you give to people who have the creative side and the tech side? Is that different than somebody who just wants to go into robotics?
There is a preponderance of people who are technical in the tech field. But I think that I have a particular advantage and a different perspective in that the things that I've been interested in are social, they are creative, they are about self-expression, they're in a different kind of non-technical aspect, but bringing that into the tech has been very significant, and you can make significant changes.
What about having already sold to companies, to somebody out there who says, like, I have this idea, should I sell, should I not sell? Is there advice that you would give now?
Well, I think it really depends. Each individual business is so idiosyncratic. And one of the most interesting things that has happened recently was that Bill Gross, who is an entrepreneur who ran an incubator, Idea Lab, and has probably started and been participant in more startups than anybody else. He analyzed 200 of his businesses, and you know what he discovered? The most important aspect of it was timing. Timing. It wasn't the investment. It wasn't the market. It wasn't any of these things that are commonly thought.
So if an investor says no, no, no to you over and over and over again, don't take it personally. More than likely, it is about timing.
That is what he said.
All right. We'll leave it on that bright note. Caterina, it's great to see you.
Great
Thank
to
you
see
so
you
much.
Too.